Hello, kids, and welcome back. Today, we are going to learn a new feature in mBlock, a new feature that actually makes our robots AI, artificial intelligent. So, how AI is used in our robots, in our programs, in our computers, we are going to learn a first step about that. When we are talking about AI, the first thing is that it gets information from somewhere. Okay, for that we are going to create a list. Okay, one of my list is going to be questions, and one more list, answers. Okay, so I have these two lists you can see here, questions and answers. Along with that, I'm just going to create another variable. I'm going to make it as Q index. Okay, so I have two lists and one variable. All right, so what happens here, I have to in the list add something here. Okay, so if I'm going to add thing to answer, you can see in answer it is going to add a thing. And if I'm going to write here 1 plus 1, it is going to add 1 plus 1 here. Okay, and I can also delete all of answers. It is going to delete everything from here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to duplicate it. When I start my game, I want answers and questions to be cleared. Then I want to add something. Okay, add 1 plus 1 to questions, and the answer is 2. Okay, so if I'm going to click both of them, it is going to add 1 plus 1 2. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate it. 2 plus 2, what is 2 plus 2? That is 4. Another question, it is 3 plus 3, 6. Okay, when I'm going to click on that, it is going to add all the three entries to questions and three to answers. And remember, they should be in the same sequence. My first entry in question should answer the first entry in answer, and the third one should answer the third one. It should be, the sequence is very important in here. Okay, so when I'm going to start my game, all the entries are deleted, and when I'm going to add, all the entries are added to my list. Okay, so this is my first step. Now next step is, we want the panda to ask something, and then we will answer. It is going to ask something from the question. So what it do, it goes to ask. Okay, we don't want it to ask what is your name, we want it to ask something from the questions. Okay, here we have. Okay, so what we are going to do, I'm going to the variables. All right, and item number 1 of the questions. Okay, it is going to ask item number 1 of the, all right, and if it is 2, okay, I'm going to stop it. Again, it is going to ask item number 2 of the list. Okay, so I want it to get information from here step by step, not writing here every time 1 2 and 3. Maybe if I have tens of thousands of lists here. So what I'm going to do, that's why we created this Q index. Okay, so I am going to the variables. I am going to the q index and again set q index to 0 because my question starts from 1, the list starts from 1. Okay, and here we have, it is going to ask me 1, and if my q index is 2, it is going to ask me the question number 2. So that's how, with the help of a variable, we can get whatever question we want from here. Okay, so that's how it happens. Let's say we are going to put if then else statement here. Okay, if it is going to ask me a question, right? So if my answer is according to the right answer of the answer, then it should say your answer is right answer. Okay, otherwise it would say wrong answer. Okay, I'm going to put it here and here. So what is the term? The term is that my when the question is here 2, q index is 2, the answer should match the answer number 2 from here. Okay, for that I am going to get it is answer. Okay, because this is answer, not this answer, not the list one, the answer from my sensing. Okay, so if my answer is, I'm just going to get equal to. Okay, so if my answer is equal to what? My answer is equal to, from the variables I want to get here item 1 of answer. So because this item 1 is actually the q index, so I want this q index. Okay, so if my answer is item 2, which is q index of answers, then the question is right. Okay, so let's say, and if I am saying right 4, it is going to right, and if I am going to give the wrong answer again, let's say 5, wrong answer. So that's how you can see the list work. The robots, our programs, our computers, they can get information from somewhere, process it, and match it with the answer we are giving or the input we are giving, and can respond according to it. So that's what how AI works. AI systems, robots, they need data from somewhere. As we tried in mBlock, the lists, they can get also from files that we have stored in our computers, in our servers, in our laptops, in our mobile phones. These files can be CSV files, Excels, databases. We are going to learn about all these things in the advanced modules. And it can also get information from internet, from our websites, and there are some APIs from there it can get the information. And in the process of AI, we say Python is very important because it helps get the data, it helps to process it, and it can help to make decisions. So when we are talking about AI, there are three important steps. First of all, it gets data like we just did in our mBlock. The second thing, what it does, it learns from patterns. If we are giving it this picture, it is going to tell us that these are two boys standing, it is not going to say that these are two girls or these are two cats. It compares the things and then gives us the answer. This is the real magic of AI. It just not short answers that this answer is equal to this one. It just assesses and learns and makes decisions. That's what is called machine learning. And the important part is that it makes decisions. It predicts, classify, it can recommend, it can control robots. We are going to learn all these things in our advanced modules. In the process of learning AI, Python is one of the most and critical parts. It is important because it is very, very easy to learn. It has huge AI libraries like TensorFlow, PyTorch. It can connect to files, internets, and robots. So, what is AI? AI systems use data from lists, just like we did it, files, or internet. But unlike like simple programs, they learn patterns from data and make intelligent decisions. Python is important because it helps us retrieve, process, and train AI models. So, what we have done here, how our robots are going to retrieve data from somewhere. We can make this game a little more interesting, and we are going to do that in the coming module. See you next. Bye bye now. Take care.